Welcome to Workplace Psychology with Dr. Martha Greidick. I'm Dr. Martha Greidick. This podcast examines a wide variety of work-related issues through the lens of industrial and organizational psychology. And while many of the topics discussed here may be seen as intended for white-collar employees and their employers, in reality, the ideas presented here are applicable across organizations and industries. Additionally, many of the topics discussed here may be applicable outside of the workplace. I encourage you to examine what's presented here, apply what makes sense to you, and simply discard the rest. Taking breaks from work is an important part of your health and well-being, and that means all kinds of breaks. Whether we're talking about breaks that you take during the day while you're working, or the break that you take from work after working hours and during holidays and weekends. But it also means the breaks that come in the form of a vacation, where you take multiple days, maybe a week or longer, away from work. All of those are equally important in their own right when it comes to your health and well-being and that well-balanced life between work and non-work. This is an important topic for me to bring up during summer. At least it's summer in the northern hemisphere as I record this episode, because that's when a lot of people think about vacation, going on vacation and taking a vacation. But it's important to remember that regardless of what part of the year, vacations are equally as beneficial when actually taken, whether that means taking a vacation in the summer or maybe towards the end of the year around holiday season, as is popular for many people, or any other time during the year. For some people, summer may be especially busy at work, which can make it more difficult to take an actual vacation. But remember that whether you do some planning and take a vacation during summer, if that's what you like to do, you certainly deserve to do it, or whether you opt to take your vacation during a less busy season in terms of the organization where you work, whatever you decide on, whatever is most feasible for you, remember it's critical that taking a vacation is a part of your year. And don't think that you have to limit yourself to one vacation. Of course, the kinds of time off that you get from your particular employment situation will play a role in that determination. Remember that going on vacation should not be limited to a once-a-year type of event. And whether we're talking about an actual vacation where you take several days off, maybe a week or even more, or whether it's something more along the lines of a long weekend or a holiday, keep in mind that the whole purpose of taking a vacation is to actually disconnect from work. And that means not doing any work at all. No emails, no phone calls, simply disconnecting from work and enjoying everything else in your life that is non-work related. Taking a vacation comes with many benefits. First and foremost, this is pretty straightforward. It can help you to regain that work-life balance, especially if you take a real vacation where you're not working even just a little bit while you're supposed to be on vacation. A vacation can help you to put things in perspective and gain some clarity on your life, your personal life, your professional life, and how you want to handle work and life, how you want to move forward with your work and your non-work life. You may be interested to redefine the priorities in your life while on vacation, because it may be a little bit better in terms of timing and your surroundings when it comes to priorities and perhaps redefining those. taking a vacation can also be helpful to your relationships. And that means both your personal relationships, those relationships outside of work, as well as those relationships within the workplace. A vacation can help you to reduce stress and anxiety, and it can help you to improve your health, not only your physical health, but also your emotional and psychological health. A vacation may help to boost your creativity, be that at work or outside of work. Beyond that, it can also improve your motivation and performance, both of which can be beneficial both at the workplace and in your personal life. As you can see, taking a vacation comes with many benefits, and the list that I just gave you is just the tip of the iceberg. Ideally, a vacation is one where you go somewhere, where you go away. That way you get to take a break from your job, from your everyday work, but also from your everyday life. So going out of town, going on a trip is an ideal way of truly taking a break from everything and everyone in your everyday life. But it is understandable that going away on vacation isn't always feasible. Just as important as going away for a vacation may be the idea of a staycation, where you actually stay at home. If this is an option that you have to take, and that may be the case for many people, understand that a staycation can be just as beneficial. However, just as a regular vacation where you would go away will require planning and some kind of effort to get it put into place, so too a staycation will require planning. And don't forget that just because you stay at home doesn't give you an excuse to not fully disconnect from work. Even if you did just a few minutes of work here and there, that is an interruption to that true disconnection from work, which is what our goal is, or one of the goals of going on vacation. You have to be able to truly, completely disconnect from work. So whether you're actually going on vacation or staying home and taking a staycation instead, make sure to, one, give it proper planning so that you have a planned vacation, be it one that's away from home or not. And two, commit to disconnecting from work and remaining disconnected for every day that you're on vacation. That means no phone calls, no emails, no talking about work, and no thinking about work. What's the point of a vacation if you're still doing work? What's the point of a vacation if all you talk about, or even some of what you talk about, is work? What's the point of a vacation if all you think about is work? That's not really taking a break. So pay attention to what a vacation is supposed to be for you, and make sure you keep yourself in check so that you're not finding yourself doing actual work or talking about work or thinking about work, when instead you're supposed to be enjoying your time off from work. As this episode comes to an end, let's review what was discussed. The simple idea of taking a break from work comes in many forms, whether that's your morning or afternoon break during your workday, or disconnecting from work after the working hours or during weekends and holidays, or taking an actual vacation where you're away from work for several days, maybe a week at a time or more. In this episode, we talked about taking a vacation. There are many benefits that come with taking a vacation on a regular basis. It takes some planning. Even if it's your busy season, whenever you want to take a vacation, it may still be feasible. If going away is not realistic for whatever reason, then you can still take a staycation instead of a going away vacation, as long as you're just as committed to planning it so that you can enjoy it, and staying disconnected during that time. Remember, no working, even if it's a few minutes here and there, no talking about it, and no thinking about it. Take a true break from your workplace. As the week unfolds, I want you to take the time to plan your next vacation. If you already have one planned, plan for the one after that, whether that's later this year, whether that's next year. You can do some plans, whether it's tentative planning if it's further down the road, or some more concrete planning if it's closer in time. But I really want to encourage you to start thinking about your next vacation so that you can get excited about it. It's so easy to get caught up in the everyday that we forsake vacation. Statistically speaking, so many people lose their time off from work because they simply don't use it up. And this is an epidemic when it comes to the United States and other Western countries. So let's not make that a continued trend. Let's change it up to where we take care of ourselves enough to take a true break from work, taking a vacation, hopefully going away. If not, then taking a well-planned staycation and truly disconnecting from work. So I really want you to take this week to plan your next vacation. What could be more fun than that? For those of you who are experiencing this podcast in an audio-only version, I invite you to check out my YouTube channel where you can find the video version of the podcast. The link for that is in the description below. In addition to the video version of the podcast, my YouTube channel also contains videos which focus on stress management. So I encourage you to check that out. Thank you for joining me today. Please subscribe to this podcast. I look forward to seeing you here again next time. Until then, I wish you joy and well-being.